What's your favorite manga? Is it Berserk? Is it Vagabond? Is it Goodnight Punpun? Monster? 20th Century Boys? Or any of these? Or is it something else entirely? Well, my favorite manga would definitely have to be Berserk, based on everything that goes on. I mean, there's not that many manga that come close to the quality of storytelling that one has. But that's not the main point of this video. What do all of these series have in common? Do they have anything in common? I would personally say that there's one thing tying them all together, and that is their bleak atmospheres. Now, it's true that you can make a case for any of these series I've mentioned that suggests that they aren't bleak or hopeless, but you can't deny that in all of these series, these MCs do feel hopeless for a majority of the time. In this video, I want to touch on a series that I mentioned before in one of my other videos, but haven't truly covered it enough to show you guys its main message. This manga series is none other than Maison Ikkoku by Rumiko Takahashi. This manga series explores the life of a 20-year-old named Yusuke Godai, who, at the beginning of the story, tries to get into college after failing entrance exams many times. He lives in this boarding house called Maison Ikkoku that's managed by a woman named Kyoko Otonashi, who's 22 years old, but recently lost her husband. Godai has a crush on Otonashi, but she constantly brushes him away because she can't move on from her deceased husband. Throughout the story, there are many events that happen, such as Godai graduating from college, but failing to land a job, Godai attempting to move out of Maison Ikkoku many times because he had enough of everything that was going on, a tennis teacher named Shun Mitaka trying to be with Otonashi romantically, and Godai having a girlfriend named Koze Nanao while also having a crush on Otonashi. From everything I said, you would think that this would be some type of love triangle story. Well, it kind of is, but it doesn't explore that at the rate that you may think. It's actually one of the many aspects that makes this story what it is, and there are many other defining aspects of the story that make it unique, which is what I'll explain here. The main aspect I wanted to touch on is the theme of being lost in life, not knowing where you want to go, what you want to do, and how you want your life to be in the next 5 to 10 plus years. This is something that everyone goes through. You try to get into that college you're passionate about after high school, and you don't get in, or you may get in, but have no idea what you want to major in. Or you may not have enough money to go to college or have no desire to and go straight to the working world after high school, working multiple odd jobs and finding something you want to do while also paying the bills. Godai, at 20 years old, has no idea what he wants to do in his life. He applies for colleges because he quote-unquote feels like it's the right thing to do, but he doesn't know what type of college he wants to go to or what he wants to do there. And even when he graduates college, he still doesn't quite know what he wants to do with his life. Through all of the rejections from jobs and trying to figure out where to move to or what to do, he tries different things suggested by his building mates and Otonashi herself. And one of these things he does is tutor. This is ultimately where Godai finds his passion and is more motivated to pursue that goal, and is also more motivated to take his relationship with Otonashi to the next level. I think this series is important for people to read in today's world because with everything that's going on, with a lot of hopeless media found online, stories like this are needed more than ever. Now, I know not everyone watching this video will be in the position to think about the future, but for anyone that's struggling with finding their own path in life or knowing what you want to do, I highly suggest you turn to this series because it will show you that everything will be alright as long as you don't give up. In our journeys through life, we may go through rejections, deal with people we don't like, or go through events that harm us both physically and mentally. But the important thing is to just keep going and push towards what you want to do, not what some guy on the internet says you should do. Me. Jokes aside, if you have the power to choose what you want to do with your life, use that power. Don't let a couple of rejections turn you away. Just keep on pushing. Try again, or switch paths if you find the way that you're going isn't going to help you. Not just Godai, but also Otonashi go through many path changes throughout Maison Ikkoku, but they ultimately decide for themselves what's best for them. It's true that their friends and peers influence some of their decisions, but it's ultimately their choice and what they want to do with their lives. This is ultimately why I find Maison Ikkoku the best manga Rumiko Takahashi has created. For other works, I can't seem to find much of a hidden message that can apply to real life, but for this one, I can see the message clearly. I know that this manga was originally designed as a romance manga and mainly wanted to focus on the relationship between Godai and Otonashi, but I would say it did much more than that, and it created a gateway for a realistically positive story that's surprisingly rare in a lot of media these days. There's a lot of feel-good anime out there, but let's be honest, a lot of them aren't very realistic. Not saying that they're bad, but they're not going to make you think deeply about them after you watch them. Other than what I said, when I read Maison Ikkoku, I didn't find any flaws with it, so you know what that means. 10 out of 10 automatically. I'm really glad they put this manga on the Viz Media manga app and reprinted this series, because if they didn't, I don't think I would have read this series and I would be missing out on a classic series that nobody I know knows about. That's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give this video a like so more people can know about this series, and subscribe to my channel to see more content like this. And if you want to see my original video in which I ranked almost all of Rumiko Takahashi's main works, the link to that video is in the description. Until then, I'll see you all in the next one.